I've shared my screen now, and let me go to M1 time frame. I understand the fact that some guys they love trading on M1 because of the spike, but let's see let's see what's happening on M1. You can see on M1 we have a very strong support. So this is exactly what I was trying to say the right time. Okay, so we have a very strong support on M1. Based on what's exactly on my screen, we have a very strong support, and which complies with exactly what I've said before. Now let's go to M5. Now you can see on M5 we have a downtrend at this point on M5, a downtrend. So I love trading trends a lot. So when you are trading trends, just make sure that you mark out your support and resistance, and make sure that is on two major points. Okay, now if you have one like this, especially in this scenario, you can decide to have another. Oh, let me use this instead. If you have one like this, yeah, let me delete this. All right, now if you have one like this, you can decide to have another. Okay, and the reason why you have to have another um is because of what happened here. Okay, so now let's have another and see exactly what I was trying to say. So we have the first one, which is in line with um this point here. You can see, so it's a zone. Okay, so it's not necessary you have them in horizontal manner. Okay, so now let's draw another line. What am I pressing? um, which time frame am I before? M15 now, M5. Okay, M5, but let me use M5. M5 is cool. So let me draw another, which is like this. um let me draw another one. And how will I draw another one? Then it will touch this line. Then I'm aiming at 2 points. Okay, I'm aiming at 2 points, 2 points like this, which this one, this place will be my first point, this one will be my second point. So it's not necessary for you to force the line on this at this point here. It's not necessary. Just make sure that the line is making sense on two major points. Okay, so don't force the line on any. Now what I want you to notice is this line, the first line, okay, go in line with 1 and 2 here. Okay, now look at the second one. This is the first point for the second one, this is the second point for the second one. So if the first one does not comply and it's created this for the third time, now see exactly what happened at this point here. So the third one occur. Okay, now the third one occur, and how it occurs is, you see, when it gets to this point, you should know that probably it might not get to the first line because it has obeyed what the first, second, and the third one is saying here. But I'll choose this as the second one. It happens here, it happens here, then definitely it will happen here, which happened. Okay, you can see it happened at this point. It happened at this point, and we have a spike and stuff, and it gets to this point. Okay, so that's exactly what I want to show you on the screen. Now let's go back to higher time frame. You can see all the time frame is selling right on crash, 1000 in this. And now let's go back to M30. You can see it's selling, but you have to be careful. You don't need to sell along. If you want to sell along on this crash 1000 in this, what you will look for is you will have to look for a strong resistance. Okay, now anytime you want to buy, you will look for a strong support or strong support zone. Now anytime you want to sell, you have to look for strong resistance zone. Now for you to sell, at this point on M30, let me go back to M15. For you to sell at this point, you have to go back to the previous price by following this price line. Okay, you have to go back and see if you can find any near resistance. You can see we find one here, but it's kind of 15. We find one here, you see. Now we find one here and here. You can see this is one and this is two, but it's kind of a bit far. Okay, so that doesn't mean that spike cannot happen at this present point that we are. And one of the major reasons that spike can happen is, one, um look at what has happened here. It has created another resistance at that point. You can see how many candlestick now, like 1 2 3 4. So that's the fifth candlestick. Probably at that point spike might happen. Okay, so but the spike that will happen won't be that long, or let me say the spike has already occurred with this candlestick, okay. So now what you'll be looking at this point is the breakout. Sorry, what you'll be looking at this point now is the breakout of this zone. So now if probably there will be a breakout at this zone, then it will come like this. Let me use arrow. It will come like this. It will break out at this point. It will go up to break out, right? Then another arrow will form down like this. It will come down like this, right? Then another arrow will take it up. It will continue with the uptrend movement. So that's exactly